Alrighty, so I've got a list here written down about my pros and cons of the Phi collar here. I've currently got two of them. I've had one of them for over a year, one of them for less than a year. So I've got a pretty good amount of use on it, and I understand how they work, the pros and cons, and try to give you all an informed opinion on what these collars are really like. So, pros. Overall, the price is cheap. I bought both of mine on discount. I think they were $75 at the time. I think they're normally $150. Then the yearly plan, $100. So, pretty good. You can't really beat that. They're light and they're small. So, they're super easy to just leave on the dog. I will typically leave them on almost all the time, except for when I'm charging. So charging comes to battery. So it's got a pretty good battery. I would say I'm pretty happy with it. Although Phi claims to have roughly, or not roughly, but up to 3 months of battery life. I don't find anywhere close to that. I get about 2 weeks. I'm happy with it as long as I don't have to charge it every day. And also the warranty. They've got a very good warranty. I had a collar that this little part right here had come off. Didn't affect the functionality, but it, I don't know, I figured if I can get it warrantied out, might as well get a new one. And then the other one, what happened with it was it had got lost in the woods, and I didn't find it for a while. I had spoken with the warranty people over at Phi, and they said, as long as, if you were to find it, send it to us. We'll try to see if there was something wrong with it, because when I went on the app, I couldn't find it. Long story short, they sent me a new one. I didn't even have to send the old ones back. So that's my pros list. Let me give you the cons. The latch. So if you look at this right here, they've got some type of metal with a spring action right here. Personally, I'm not a fan of it. The other thing is, it's really hard to tell, but they've got like a, pretty much if you were to turn it this way, you can pop it out and put it back in, but once it's turned like this, it won't come out. But if you turn it all the way to this side, it will come out. I've spent hours searching for this collar and the other one. It's a problem that I have with both of them. It's either, I got two dogs, they play with each other, they're grabbing each other's collars, they hit this, and it comes undone. I've had the normal traditional plastic connections here, never once had a problem. This latch here, I honestly couldn't tell you how it gets fixed or how it causes or the problem. I don't know how to fix it, but that is a problem, and it's extremely frustrating. I had to buy an app to help me locate the collar based on Bluetooth, which the app works very good, called Wonder Find. I don't know what I paid for it, but it was worth the money because I've found the collar 3 times so far. So this brings me to the update frequency. So every time I go to look for this collar, it'll give me a location of where it was at. So just recently, it was in the backside of my house, and it was relatively accurate. I couldn't get it to say register again and give me another accurate location. It had been a location from 12 hours ago, which it gave me a general idea, and then with the app I was able to find it. Still took me over an hour, but I found it. So that's a little frustrating that it doesn't update very often, and if I don't update it manually, sometimes it'll be 12 or even 2 days, 12 hours or even 2 days. And then this is a problem that I've got with this one of these new modules that I have. So it'll send me a notification that my dog is 3 miles away. It'll give me an address, and I won't know where the address is, and it'll go, oh, your dog is 3 miles away, which is inaccurate, because I'll find the dog or see my dog running out here 5 minutes later. So I just know that that's not accurate. I mean, it's told me some crazy stuff before, so that's a little bit frustrating. Also, so I'm no expert here, but they claim to be running LTE-M, I believe, And on their website, I think the number they claim is that the LTE-M will travel 30% farther than traditional LTE. Where I'm at, I can get LTE. I currently have hotspot through AT&T. My phone runs on Verizon. They both work. Now, I'm in the hills a little bit here, so it's up and down, and at the bottoms, yeah, you're gonna struggle with some internet on my phone. I was expecting, hey, 30% farther range, I'm gonna see a better performance than my phone. I don't see that. I don't know what causes that. Maybe the phone antenna is better than the one in the collar. Don't know, but I feel like it's a little misleading. And then the last one brings me to the customer service. So the customer service, I would say, it's when you get customer service, it's good. But the main problem I have is it's all through live chat, like text message. It's on their website, but it's like text message. In my opinion, that's a horrible way to communicate. It takes a lot longer than it should. And for me, even though I'm young, I text whatever, it's extremely frustrating. And the last time I got on the text thing, I was getting so frustrated that I sent them a message and was like, hey, I'm beyond frustrated. Can you do something to where you can call me so we can talk? And we ended up being on the phone for 30 minutes to fix the problem I had. So it was going to be a extremely long-term thing to text message this whole thing. So they ended up calling me, and it worked out really good. So that's the tough thing, is like when they have good customer service representatives, but I think the way they do it, it makes it very difficult for them to give good customer service. So I guess overall, you got to kind of look into, where do you live? I live in a pretty rural area, so my internet's not great. So that could be something you think about. And then I guess warranty is really good, so that if something were to happen, now if you lose the collar, you're out of luck, but if something breaks on the collar, they will replace it. They're really good about that. I've replaced both the collars, even if it's cosmetic, like this faceplate coming off, they'll replace it. So I hope this helped you out. To be honest, I guess if it was my opinion, if I had more money that I wanted to put into tracking collars, I wouldn't buy these. They're a little frustrating to deal with. They don't always work the way you'd expect them to work based on what the website and everything says. But I would say maybe if you live in a area like a city or suburb or something like that, they may be good to have. But it seems like with my situation, they're really not very well suited for it. But then again, my dogs don't really run away. I like to just kind of a peace of mind kind of thing. They run free. They don't have a fence or anything. I've never had to go anywhere to pick them up, except for following people out of the neighborhood, people that were previously at my house. So I think overall it's a decent collar, but it doesn't necessarily fit my needs.